Hello, my name is GregTech, and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I'm just currently crafting up a UHV dynamo, because I think I am going to upgrade our power over by our assembly line. Now we know that the assembly line, advanced assembly line, takes a bit more power than I realized. So I'm going to upgrade this, and I'm not entirely sure how much this is going to pull. So it's going to be a bit of trial and error, to be honest. It just kind of sucks that if it fails, I am kind of like losing some decently expensive. I mean, at this point, it's actually not that bad. The biocatalyst isn't really much of an issue. It used to be, but now we have quite a bit. So for this, 7 slices. So from what I understand, it's going to pull 7 amps of UHV to run the whole thing, is what I'm kind of gathering. I'm not entirely sure. So I don't know. Like, how would... I don't fully understand the lasers, how that works for like overclocking and stuff. Like, how does it just determine like much as it can pull, possibly? Or I guess what I'm trying to say is, if I give it, you know, UHV energy hatches, it's gonna run at UHV. But if we gave it like UEV energy hatches, would it would overclock it. It would run at UEV, obviously. But like, what happens with like the lasers? And I guess like part of the confusing bit is the, like, this can pull 33 million EU per tick, but it's named ZPM. So I guess like I find that a bit confusing. So would it run at UEV? Would it run at the one above it? What is it? UIV, I think. Is it UIV the one above? Yeah, so like would it run at UIV and then fail because it's not getting enough amps of UIV? I don't know. I do find the lasers a bit confusing. Alright, those are crafting up the mainframes, which, that is, you know, a 50-second recipe. That is also something that we might want to possibly consider doing, the advanced thing. I am kind of interested in this advanced assembly line. The cool thing is, you can actually just, if you wanted to, you could just, it's built the exact same way, upgrade the thing and just chuck it there, and like that would upgrade that to a thing. Now obviously that is like 16 slices, so we're talking like lots and lots of power. Yeah, so that's 8, 10. So that would be, from what I gather, 10 amps of UV. But what happens if I give it UHV energy hatches? I don't know. I think it's just going to take me some testing. It's a interesting mechanic, and I think that's doing the dynamo. Maybe I was just like, oh, looks like hydrochloric acid just turned on. Maybe I should think about feeding this laser power. So I want to go about doing that. Just trying to think, like, how would we pull the laser power in? I guess I've kind of placed all this stuff, and I really, really don't want to mess with this. This is so crazy. Because really, the easiest way would be bringing that in, but I'm not messing with that. That'd be crazy. But what I was thinking is you could actually bring the transformer and then you could energy hatch, like put 3 separate energy hatches on that to send it out to different areas. But all right, I think the easiest would be back here, but I would have to move cabling down, I guess. Well, I guess it underneath. I don't know. Maybe I should do that. Because I was thinking, I'm like, how else would I... Alright, let me do a little bit of thinking here. What I am thinking in general, like, we would just send up the... Like, the transformer would go, like, here. Actually, if we're going to feed it with... It has to be on the top layer, which... even more annoying. So it would actually have to be floating in the air. Sometimes I'm like, lasers. Yeah. Because that would be... The transformer would have to go here. Because this would have to be the laser out, laser in. And then I would have to have another laser, or transformer. I keep saying laser transformer. So then this would have to be... Yeah. This would be the transformer here. So we could have... that, and then I would have to put another transformer here to get it in here. I mean, when I first originally built this platform, I didn't have lasers in mind, so... And I don't know why I'm trying to, like, go up. I could... I mean, I could do a separate, like a new area that would be a bit easier, but then I'm like, I would have some assembly line recipes here and I would have some over there. I don't know. Let me mess around with this a bit. I mean, it's not an issue throwing a new transformer in, but I would need 3 new transformers just to get power into this, the way I have it set up. I mean, the biggest issue is our lasers are underneath the base. So even if I had it lined up perfectly, I would still have to come over here to a transformer, and then up into a transformer, and then out into a transformer. So this is what I've come up with. I decided trying to put the transformer over here was silly. One, because there's no like loss or anything on these cables, so it doesn't matter how long they are. But I was thinking, as I started to, if I wanted to expand more of these advanced assembly lines, for example, the wetware, then this is going to be longer. So it would come out to like here or whatever it is. And then that would just make it much more difficult to expand the lasers. So what I did was back here instead, because I already had that transformer there. So I just went off there and into there. And this will actually also let us maybe expand this out this way, and then we could start building over here and over here. Instead of just going straight back, I can expand, and that kind of gives us a bit of room. Fortunately, this was built a little bit too close. I like having them separated, but that's basically just aesthetics. Also, I threw some steel frames down so it wasn't totally just floating in the air. So look at me, I'm cosmetic building. Yeah, so I hooked up the thing with the big laser hatches, and I realized I did the wrong one. I wanted to do smaller because we're only putting that much into the base. That's what the hatches we're using to get the power into the laser network. So that's not, I don't want to use that. That's for transforming, or that's for transporting all the power around, the big ones. But the actual machines that we're hooking up to lasers, I want the smaller ones. I'm also crafting up, they're done, the 256. So I might actually do that one instead. But let's try this one out. So source, target, on, and we're good. Right, let's see what this says. All right. So I am a little curious what that means, because we're basically at, what's the UAV again? 2 million, right? No. Yeah, 2 million, isn't it? Yeah, 2 million. But that's like 33 million. I don't know. We'll just have to see, and we'll see what it runs at. I'm not entirely sure. Ooh, I need to get rid of that. I didn't realize that was there. That might be screwing it up. Wait, did I have... No. I just never broke that originally. Alright, I was like, did I have 2 energy hatches on there? Is that why it failed originally? But no, that was... I forgot to replace that. Alright, so there, that's why it was like the number was a bit funny. So it does say ZPM tier. But as we know, it's done different stuff in the past. So that should be able to get 33 million, according to the ZPM 64. Oh, that's only 8 million. That... I don't think that's enough. Just kidding. Because we need 7 times... I don't know. Maybe I should just try it. If I void this stuff, then I'll learn. I need to learn. Is it 7 times 600,000? Which would be... like 5.4 million? So would that be enough? Or is it 7 times UHV power? I don't know. Let's just give it a go. So, we'll try this again. 30 of this. Should just put the stuff that we need in here. I'm just kind of waiting for it to totally fill up so we can see how it works. I should probably put the bigger input buffer. I don't think I can go directly off a... I don't think I can pipe out of a dual interface, can I? It has to go into an inventory, doesn't it? But now I'm like, I don't know. Oh, yeah. So that, I probably should put a super bus for that one. I'm thinking about that. Alright, let's get it going. And see what happens. Wait, It should turn on, shouldn't it? Uh-oh. Yeah, that should be turning on, but it's not. So, is that telling me? I feel like that's telling me I need the higher tier lasers, to be honest. Because it's like, is it not getting... Does it think it's at ZPM? I wonder if... Try something else. I'm gonna do this. And just see, like, does this trick it into thinking it's UHV? Does this get power? I don't think it will. No, that's not getting power. But now that's saying that's at UHV. Now, the UHV lasers are going to be, yeah, like the smallest one is 256. Well, I don't want that. I'm almost thinking, would it be easier if I just put a 16 amp UHV energy hatch and a dynamo on there and then run that? But then that's like no different than just changing that out for a UH. Alright, let me do a little more testing here. Alright, I decided I wanted to test this with the bigger laser hatches, but I didn't want to craft them up if it's not going to work. So I'm just testing this out, and then we will delete them because they are, you know, relatively expensive. I don't have recipes for the sensors and the pumps yet, so I just want to test this out. So I've gone ahead, put the source hatch there, target hatch here. Now this says it's at UHV, and obviously we're not inputting 536 million EU per tick into the network. So I don't know, but is this going to turn on if I do that? Yes. All right. Yeah, do you see how much power that was using? I don't know if that... Because that's the smallest UHV laser I can get in there. Alright, did that actually work, though, is the question. Alright, it did craft up some. I know that's slightly cheaty, because I'm using stuff, so I technically shouldn't have been able to craft that up. I'm just trying to figure out how, like, this works. Alright, let me try that again. Let me see. See, that might run out of power. Yeah, I think we lost power. All right, which is what I thought was going to happen. Yeah, we can't do lasers for this advanced assembly line. I don't think that is just going to work. It looks like it needs the correct tier laser, and there isn't one smaller than 256 is the problem. All right. And if I wanted to do that, which I don't particularly want it, I don't want it running that much power. All right. So before I cut, let's do this. And we'll destroy those. Turn that off. All right. I guess I'm thinking we'll just have to insert... I don't think we can do the lasers with the advanced assembly line. I just don't think that's going to work. I don't know what else to do, because that's the smallest one. There is no smaller one. Alright, we are back. So I've just gone ahead and switched out the energy hatches for 16 amp dynamo. which wasn't too bad because I already had recipes for all that stuff. So I did that. And I also started thinking, if I want to easily upgrade these as we go, I might be able to just do the same thing out of here. Like I could send a cable over, you know, from the different, I mean, we could have all different sorts of tiers from here. If I wanted like this one to be upgraded to like UEV, I could even do a UEV, and if this one wants to be just a UV, we could do that. I know you wouldn't do that, but just in general. So maybe, moving on, with the assembly lines, we could do that. The other option would be to rotate these also, which I absolutely hate, and I would never do that, but it is an option. So, for example, you would have it go up, and that way the energy hatch would be... Ran out of stone bricks to show this. They would be like shaped like this. And that would be the energy hatch. And you could have it like facing down, and then the multi would go up. One, you actually use less room, so it is a bit more efficient. I just hate the way they look. But yeah, that would make it easier just getting power in from underneath. But okay, so we got this, and then we're at the UHV tier. We can get up to 16 amps, so I think we're good now. It's obviously not going to be as fast as it was. You can see each time a thing goes on, pulls more and more power. So 18 million, this is going to use 18 million per tick, and we're good. You can see it's getting enough power because we can transfer 130 something million. Unfortunately, this one does appear to check the tier. Probably because of like, so you can't, like some of these you can't overclock more than once, because then you could skip tiers kind of thing. But alright, so at least we can kind of see how this works. So unfortunately we voided 7, apparently, is what we lost in the process of testing, but I knew that was probably going to happen. I did switch out for a larger ingredient buffer. Oh. Alright, you can see where it failed. Interesting. Alright, so you can see it was running. And then when we tried to hit this, it looks like it failed on maybe that one. But I think we have got it sorted. Unfortunately, just the way the lasers work, there isn't any lower tier of the lasers, as we know. So until I can get that much power going to the A system, we can't use lasers to hook up the advanced assembly line, at least the advanced assembly line. Some of the other multis, tier doesn't matter, but it does seem like it matters on this. But that was way quicker than 1 every 30 seconds, which is what we were doing before. As we saw, I just did a whole bunch. So I don't remember why I was crafting up 32. What was I crafting up 32? Something needed... I don't remember. I was crafting something. I had something in mind and it took 32 circuits, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was something like this. Yes, I don't remember. Oh, I know. I remember. Yes, it was the quantum chest. That's what I was doing. So, UV quantum chest. To craft up one of these, you need 32 of the things. Obviously, we already have some in the A system, so but that is what I was doing. I was batch crafting 32 at once to get the things going. Because I want infinity chest, and mostly for the infinity princess and the infinity princess, which needs an infinity chest as foundation, and then Kevlar. But then the infinity chest you can actually use as well. It's basically, it looks like the compressed chest, if I remember. And then, I don't have any compressed chests on me. They're being used, but, oh, there it goes again. I'm kind of curious, like, because obviously it's not 2 seconds. I guess it's 1 every 2 seconds is what it does. As opposed to 1 every 30. So quite a bit quicker. Yep, and there we go. We are done. All right, awesome. So I think I am going to build another assembly line for those wetwares. There are a couple of things that we do that actually do take quite a bit of time. And I think it would be worth it if I added a few of these, and I can just lay them out in, you know, like one there, one there. And then I guess we'll just start working towards the infinity chest. But the cool thing about the actual infinity chest, once we get the B from it in Kevlar, we could just use it to store everything if we wanted to. I don't know, that would make life much easier for a lot of this stuff. Like, I wouldn't need all these chests and stuff, although I do think they look cool. It is a bit of a pain. But before I get to do that, I am going to have to sort out my platinum line and get this upgraded, because we are definitely short on palladium. But anyway, that's going to be it for today, so thanks for watching, and have a good one.